Another great slapper, Jordan Mason. Just
It's
slapping.
This is okay.
You don't understand.
Now I actually feel bad, and I never feel bad for you in fantasy.
I know, but do you see what happened to me, Jordan? Like, it's all of it.
The quarterback hoarding is one thing, but to just have Jordan Mason.
It's all of it. The whole thing is ridiculous. It's awful.
My team is real, and
Yes.
it is magnificent.
Spectacular
Jordan
is
Mason.
the quote. Your team is real and spectacular. That's
I
the quote.
screwed that up. That's
Yes.
all right. I'm so high on my team's greatness that I can't even remember quotes from Seinfeld.
Fantasy Football Happy Hour with Matthew Berry, served by Applebee's.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Happy Hour. Just a great day on the Fantasy Football Happy Hour. Connor Rogers, very elated Matthew Berry, and even more excited, Jay Croucher. Matchup of the century, fellas.
It was. Can't tell you how awful this is. All right, so
I was living it through the text thread.
Yes, no, the group text thread, one that I'm actually on, because was on fire last night. The League of Assholes group text thread on fire last night. And so first off, don't want to lose to Jay. I mean, I think everyone knows about that. I don't think anyone in the league would like to lose to Jay. It's annoying. He's annoying. He's smug.
You don't want to get slapped.
Yeah, definitely not by a grape. Definitely not a grape that looks like this, whatever that is.
Yeah, it's like that's the Mets.
Yeah,
That's what
I
they
guess.
do.
There we go. That is.
Yes. Congrats to your Mets, by the way. But if I was going to lose, Connor, if I'm going to lose to Jay, you'd rather at least get your ass kicked.
Quick death.
Because going into Sunday night, that was the case. I had Rashee Rice. He got 0. Then Josh Allen, does nothing on Sunday night as well. And
Derrick Henry.
I did have,
209
hang on.
yards. It's
So I have
pretty
Derrick Henry, right? So I have Derrick Henry. So you look at there. But then what happened? Like, I was down by like 36 points or whatever crazy it was going into Monday Night Football. And then Ken Walker has this unbelievable game. You see there 33.6. Jackson Smith-Njigba over 13 points. But because you have stupid Tyler Lockett, you end up beating me by 0.14 points. Like, I'd rather have gotten blown out. Like, just not my week.
14. Yeah.
But do you understand, like, at one point, with like 3 minutes left, I had clawed all the way back, and I was actually leading. I was actually winning.
For the first time.
For the first time. Like, you've been kicking my ass since Thursday night.
Yep, started with Jake Ferguson. He got the grapes rolling. And then it all comes down to this, where you have Ken Lockett and JSN. I have Tyler Lockett in this last game. And they start putting Ken Walker at wideout, which really annoyed me. Because he's not a wide receiver. And he's not even like in the slot. He's just wideout.
Yeah. They turned him into Marshall Falk last night.
He's like an X receiver.
He was very effective.
Yeah, and then he gets this garbage reception, playing wideout that gives you the lead.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 4 minutes, I think 26 seconds left on the clock, Tyler Lockett gets a reception to push me back into the lead, but then it got really ridiculous because then Geno started alternating targets between Lockett and JSN every play, and they just never connected.
And what happened is that JSN actually catches like an 11-yard pass for a first down, and there's the most ticky-tack offensive pass interference call on Tyler Lockett away from the play.
It's so good
like
that's
on
committed
the other
by
side,
Tyler Lockett.
on the other side, and so again,
Sabotage.
that play, which put me over the top and would have had me win the game, gets taken off. That's not the play. I don't know what the play this is. This is. Here you go.
Right.
There's Tyler Lockett. This is the wrong play. I don't know what's going on here. This is a disaster.
Roll the tape, Pete.
That's a disaster. Just like what my team was last night. As well. So yes, not only did Tyler Lockett catch this BS, one catch for 13 yards to put you back over the top after I'd clawed my way back, but in fact then this ticky-tack, so the refs and Tyler Lockett conspire to cheat me out of a hard-earned victory that Ken Walker and Jackson Smith-Njigba rightfully gave to me. Like, it's one thing to compete against 11 people, but I was competing against them and all the zebras, Connor.
You can't win
you
that.
can't win that. You can't win that. And of course, Jay has been gloating.
Oh, his smile this morning. I've never seen something like it.
Oh, it's awful. It was awful. And JSN ended up getting like 3 extra targets after that in the end zone as well. Like, yeah.
Yes, I tweeted out, here's a photo of me, Matthew Berry, who's front and center in the photo, and last night's hero, Tyler Lockett, who, it's so funny because Tyler Lockett, who's an incredibly nice guy.
Unbelievably
He's one of the most serene people I've ever met. Like, you meet him, you don't think this guy's like an NFL wide receiver because he is just so nice, so calm. And he calmly created great moments for me last night. Created great sabotage. It's so good that it was him who did the offensive pass interference. Because if it was like DK Metcalf, but the fact that not only is he getting the game-winning reception for me, he's also eradicating it directly for you.
Yes.
But it was a really bizarre play. Like, why is he trying to block?
Well, is it also just a bad call? Like, you don't see that called very often.
It was very ticky-tack, but right, he had no business blocking. You're away from the ball. Like, the ball.
It makes you think. There's a picture of them together.
Yes, there is. It was, a great moment.
The fix was in. The fix was in.
It was honestly one of the great fantasy moments, particularly from my perspective, perhaps not so much from yours. But like, I'm lying in bed on my iPad, all the lights are out, everyone's asleep, and like the last 5 minutes, I'm just looking. All right, where is Lockett lined up? Where is JSN lined up? Is Ken Walker on the field?
Here's the set. So you see there, boom.
That's it.
JSN catches it, first down, boom. There you go. And somehow, Tyler Lockett, just run a route. You're a veteran. Like, that's the most ticky-tack thing. He's running a route.
Yeah, it really didn't disrupt the play that much.
He didn't disrupt the play. He's running a route. Like, the fix is so clearly in.
There were so many other little moments as well. Like, Geno targets JSN in the end zone, doesn't connect.
Yes.
He has Lockett wide open. Lockett, as Aikman said, had 4 steps in the end zone. And then
he just
Ali McNeil, who, it's really hard for me to say his name because I want to say Ali McBeal every single time I say Ali McNeil. But Ali McNeil comes out of nowhere, swats down Tyler Lockett's touchdown. It was incredible. Just incredible theater. And the good guys won in the end. The Grape Slappers, they did it. They got home.
All right, well, we have different definitions of the good guys. I think I'm America's hero. I'll grant you that. I grant you that Australia was rooting for you.
Yes, had a nation, an island continent behind me.
Yeah, I needed 100%. 100%. But this is, make no mistake, this is a loss for America. And you see right there, like Australia speaking up.
Yes,
this is from
Heasley.
Yeah, Matthew Heasley said,
on behalf of Australia,
this makes us even for Crocodile Dundee 3.
Which is one of the best films Matthew's ever written.
Yeah. And by the way, Matthew Heasley, I'll just say this. That's fair. That's fair.
Yes.
You know what? I apologize for Crocodile Dundee 3. Hang on for a second, Trisha, though. If you see it right there, by the way, just so you want to know, Tyler Lockett, who is a lovely human being, but yeah, you paid double tonight. You don't. No, absolutely. You know, a lot of people think Ken Walker was going to drink free today.
One of our best chalkboards
Tyler
ever.
Lockett. The chalkboards are always ridiculous every single day. They're better than they deserve to be.
No drinks free.
No. Tyler Lockett, when you come in here, you pay double. By the way, he probably doesn't even drink.
No,
he is a lovely guy. I do have to admit that.
Plus 475.
Right.
He drinks. Crocodile Dundee 3, 11% on the tomato meter. Written by Matt Berry. He's listed as Matt Berry.
It's Matthew Berry and Eric Abrams, my old writing partner. It's Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. It is the third installment in the franchise. The technical name is Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. And I've told this story before, and I won't derail us even further. I'll just say this. The answer to the question is like, how did you come to write Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles? And it's because Paul Hogan and Paramount Pictures correctly answered this question. You want to pay us how much? I've said this all the time. Listen, kids, if you're going to sell out big. And
right, no half measures on that.
Bought me a big house. God bless Croc 3.
Yeah.
I was like, we're not doing that. And they're like, whoa, how much do they want to pay us? Oh, we'll do that. 1,000%. 1,000%. If you're going to sell out big. And that's my lesson to the kids today. Yeah, 100%.
You're the Matt Berry who's listed here?
1,000%. You didn't know that?
I do. I just don't know why it's listed as Matt Berry.
Yeah,
were you born in Denver, Colorado?
I was born. I was born in Denver, Colorado. Is that on IMDb?
No, it's on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, which might be.
Tomato.
Did you write Desperate Housewives?
I did not. So that's what. that's the problem.
Happening?
This is another thing that I've written about before. But there's a stand-up comedian who is also a writer named Matt Berry, who is from Denver, Colorado. I was born in Denver, Colorado. There's a Matt Berry who's a stand-up comic. He wrote on Roseanne. He wrote on Reba. He wrote on Desperate Housewives. Lovely guy. I've met him. Yeah, I've met him. Really super nice guy. And I've written about this before about the confusion about our names. But yeah, so there you go.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but anyway, so
the audience
liked
it more than the critics by 14%.
Exactly. Well, I've always been about the people, Jay. And
I believe this.
We could go a whole thing about Crocodile Dundee. I mean, like Paul Hogan threatened to sue us, like after he changed every word in the script, and the whole thing's awful. And like dealing with Paul Hogan was
Sounds fun.
I'll say this. I sold out big, and yet they still didn't pay me enough. I got to tell you this, after the whole experience, if I had to do over, I wouldn't have done it. We got to get to waivers here. But just the answer is that they're giving Matt Berry credit for, and I feel bad for Matt Berry, who, again, is a super nice guy, really funny writer, very successful. Again, Roseanne, Reba, Desperate Housewives, a lot of different big shows that he's written on, and he's been executive producer of. And unfortunately, like, somehow Rotten Tomatoes is tagging him with crappy Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. I'm the one that should get the crap for it, but, like, they're tagging him. So, and it's weird because if you watch the credits of Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles, it says written by Matthew Berry and Eric Abrams. Like, it says Matthew Berry, not Matt Berry, but they've somehow tagged it with this other guy. And our credits sometimes get mixed up. So, like, I've been told, I love Reba, or what was Reba like? And I'm like, I don't know.
You should just go with it, see how it goes.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to Dontavian Wicks.
30. Can I say 30 more seconds on this story as long as we're just on this super random story?
It's not my call.
30 seconds. When I first joined the Writers Guild of America, I was Matthew Berry, and they called me and they said, you can't be Matthew Berry. There's already a Matthew Berry in the Writers Guild. And I said, all right, fine. What's your middle initial? I'm like, well, it's Matthew J. Berry. And they're like, well, actually, his middle initial is J. Berry. So you need to come up with a screen name, or like Matthew X. Berry or something. I'm like, I don't want a different name. I've worked hard to become a professional writer in TV. And I said, hey, actually, I know what his name is. It's the guy from Roseanne, right? I've seen his screen credit. He's always Matt Berry. I said, what if he signed something that says he'll always go by Matt Berry and I'll always go as Matthew Berry? Would that be okay? And they're like, sure, but we'll ask him, because the way, I guess, at the time the Writers Guild worked is only one person can have, quote, one name to avoid confusion. And so you think about this guy who doesn't know me from Adam, and they call him and ask him, and I think most people would have been like, I got here first, too bad. But he says, sure, I'll do that. And so he signed a thing, or I don't know what it is, that he would always be referred to as Matt Berry in credits, and I would always Matthew Berry. And so even now that I am out of show business, or out of entertainment show business, I'm in sports show business, I'm always Matthew Berry. Like, I try to honor that to this day. Again, that guy is the loveliest guy in the world. Screw you, Pete. It was 30 seconds.
No, definitely wasn't.
No, whatever. It doesn't matter. Pete showed the backup producer. Pete showed the wrong video. So we're 1 for 2. You and I were even.
Matt Berry drinks free tomorrow.
Yes, there you go.
He gets all of Tyler Lockett's drinks.
Yeah, he might drink free for the month.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.